Hi, my name is Anna, and I am a survivor of domestic violence. I hesitated for a long time whether to create this channel. I simply didn't want to go back to that chapter of my life. I just wanted to forget it and completely detach myself from it, hoping that that would help me to create a new violence free life. But now I think I have been mistaken, because I have realized that trying to erase these memories would invalidate a large part of my life. And invalidation is the exact essence of violence itself. So, by trying never to mention my own past again, I would, in a way, be committing an act of violence against my own person. Of course, I understand that by ignoring some memories, we often try to protect ourselves from pain, because avoidance, repression, or closing the chapter do sometimes help us survive. However, this approach can become also a trap, because avoidance also leads to the point when we freeze ourselves in the point of non self acceptance. Ignoring your experiences means that you minimize, you ignore, or outright deny your own person. Because invalidation is a weapon used not only by the perpetrators or by people who surround the abused person, but unfortunately, even by the abused person themselves. Therefore, when we try to forget and invalidate our own past, we in a way repeat the act of violence on ourselves. And invalidation often stays with us many, many years after leaving an abusive relationships or environment. And it was the same with me. I tried to be invisible, non existent. I didn't reach for anything. I didn't dream about anything. The only thing I wanted was to have some peace. I felt meaningless and unimportant because I had become very skilled and at invalidating my experience of violence. But then, on the other way, I know that every one of us who has experienced or still is experiencing violence is like a titan and a genius at the same time, because we have learned how to live and function in pain and danger all the time. This also applies to me. Everything I had learned, I had used to survive. And now I am slowly learning to enjoy my life. And this is why I decided to create this channel and open up about this topic, to reclaim my voice. Because the violence I experienced is part of my truth, part of me, and part of my strength. I realized that the desire to forget can be transformed into courage, which doesn't mean constantly relieving the pain, but rather it means integrating those experiences in my story and in my value. This way, I do not give power over myself to violence, but I take it back on my own terms. because I have always been doing just that, been falling and getting up, trying again and again. And in that way, I have built my new life. And if my experiences in some ways help others, I would be very happy. Although I'd like to underline that this is only my own personal account, and the content of this channel will not replace appropriate therapy or professional help. But I also hope that my story reminds others that they are not invisible, they are not alone, and that healing is possible. Take care, all of you, and see you in my next video.